This is a story about David, a shepherd boy, and Goliath, a strong soldier. David looked after his father's sheep, but his 3 brothers were soldiers in the Israelite army. The Philistines were the enemies of the Israelites. Saul was the king of the Israelites. But Goliath was a Philistine soldier. Every morning and evening, the Israelites and the Philistines lined up for battle. Every day, Goliath, who was very tall and strong, shouted to the Israelites, "I challenge the armies of Israel to send me a man so that we might fight together." When Saul and the Israelites heard these words, they were afraid. No one wanted to fight Goliath. Saul promised to make any man rich if he took up Goliath's challenge, and he promised also to let that man marry his daughter. But still, no one wanted to fight Goliath. One day, David's father sent David to the army camp with some food for his 3 brothers. Just then, Goliath made his challenge, and when David heard it, he said, "Who is this Philistine who dares to challenge the armies of the living God?" When David's eldest brother heard David saying this, he was very angry and said, "Why did you leave our father's sheep?" When Saul heard what David had said, he sent for him, and David came, saying, "Why are we afraid? I shall fight Goliath for you." King Saul said, "But you're just a boy, and Goliath is a strong, fighting man." David said, "I am a shepherd boy, but once I killed a lion, and another time a bear. Goliath is just like them, and he has challenged the armies of the living God. God, who saved me from the lion and the bear, will save me from the Philistines." Saul said, "Go, and the Lord be with you." David chose not to wear heavy soldier's clothing or to carry a big sword. He took his sling, that's a piece of cloth where you put stones inside and whirl it around, let go of one end, and it hits the target. David took that sling and chose 5 smooth stones from the river. He put the stones in his shepherd's bag and, holding a long stick, went out to meet Goliath. Goliath shouted, "Am I a dog that you come to fight me with a stick?" David said, "I come to you in the name of the Lord to fight for the army of Israel." Goliath came nearer to fight, but David put a stone in his sling, whirled it round, and threw it at Goliath. The stone hit the Philistine, and Goliath fell to the ground, dead. David ran forward, took Goliath's sword, and cut off his head. The Israelites had won. When David grew up, he became king of Israel, and he had a very exciting life, which you can read about in the Bible.